Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to make a quick video on installing these Tacoma bed support brackets offered by Total Chaos. There's a few other companies that offer them, but I like the Total Chaos version. So we're going to make a quick little video on how you install those. Mine are already done. This is my 2018 Tacoma. The installation is super straightforward. So we're just going to hit a few points on your install and make it easier for you guys to install them at home. So before we get started, you guys are going to need a few tools at home. So first off, you're actually going to need a T55 Torx bit here. These are the bolts to basically bolt the bed down to the frame. That's a T55 Torx for that one. The bolts here, these are the stock tie downs, which I've already removed those because you're not going to be using them in the actual installation at the end. That's a T40 Torx bit. So you're going to need a T55 Torx bit, a T40 Torx bit. These are 1/2-inch bolts, so you need a 1/2-inch socket, and then you're going to need a 10mm socket for this bolt here, as well as this one and this one down here. But that's about it on your installation. The only other thing you will need is a 5/16 inch drill bit, because you will have to drill in these holes here. I was a little sketched out on that at first, but it's very straightforward. So then once you have all your tools and you're ready to go for the installation, what you're going to want to do first is remove the top 10mm bolt from the side you're working on. So the top 10mm bolt here, put that one aside. You're going to be reusing it later. Then what you're going to want to do is actually remove the tail light itself. So then you can see there's a few 10mm bolts on this column here. You're going to want to remove this one here and the lower one on the double stack. So take those two 10mm bolts out, set them aside as well, and then you're going to do is just pull your tail light straight back. So there are just some clips in there. They will pop free. You might need to use a little bit of force depending on if you've taken the tail light off before in the past for changing a light bulb or anything like that, but it might be a little sticky. Just be prepared for that. But once that is done, you can just let it hang by the wires. From there, you're going to take your T40 Torx bit and you're going to remove that stock tie down. So as I said, mine's already been removed, but this is going to be a T40 Torx bit. Make sure you get all the washers and all that stuff out of that hole. It should be clipped onto the bolt itself with a little retaining ring, but just in case, just make sure you get all those. And then you take your T55 Torx bit and remove your bed bolt. And once those bolts are removed, you are now ready to install the bracket itself. Now there are a left and right hand side to these brackets. Meaning left bracket and a right bracket. The only thing you need to make sure is that the weld is exposed and the plate that's been welded on is on the inside of the bed. That'll just make sure everything is straight and you're on the right side. So what you're going to do once you get everything aligned, you're going to start by using the included 7/16 inch bolt here. Go ahead and start threading that one in. You can go ahead and start threading on your T55 as well if you would like. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start by threading in that top 10mm bolt. Now with mine, to get everything to sit perfectly, kind of get it nice and flush on the whole bed itself, I did have to stand on my bracket just so the hole would drop a little bit with the bed. So that was just a little hint, something you can do to make sure that bolt lines up perfectly so you don't cross thread anything. From there, go ahead and tighten those bolts up. Don't make them too tight. Don't need to torque them down or anything. Just get them pretty snug up in there just so you kind of fill in the gap here, because this is when we're going to actually start drilling. Once those bolts are tightened down, what you're going to end up doing is, now you can't see it, but behind these bolts is just basically the bed liner. So it's going to look just like this. What you're going to do is just basically put your 5/16 inch drill bit in those holes, and they're just going to drill straight through. So on the inside of the tail light, which I have not removed, you'll see there's just availability for you to put the nuts on the back side of those bolts. And then go ahead and tighten those guys down, and then basically you're done with your install. So then after that, I went ahead and I went through and I torqued everything down, made sure everything was tight. And then what you're going to do is reinstall the tail light, push it back in there, make sure everything's aligned. Again, don't cross thread any of your bolts, and then go ahead and tighten down your 10mm there. And then you guys are done with your install. And that's the install, guys. So as I said, it's very simple, straightforward. It's a very quick installation. These are great little brackets. Again, if you want to mount like a CB antenna or a whip, or even if you want to have like a light or something there, you can do that with this bracket. You get 3 extra tie downs per side. So you get 6 different eyelets. And then again, it makes the bed more rigid and kind of gives you the ability to run like a bed cage or anything, like I said. So I hope this helps, guys. Very simple, straightforward. There's a lot more to come, so stay tuned on the channel, and we'll have more installations and stuff like that on the Tacoma as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.